really don't like being on camera. I really don't like being on camera. That's foreign to my nature. I'm a photographer. I'm a retired laborer. I was a machine operator, forklift driver, just general labor. I'm 71 now. I've been retired since 65, since COVID. And I realized that all the years that I worked, that I still don't have security in my old age. I believe that that's what most people find to be the case. I mean,
no matter how much you work, you never will fucking have enough money. Like, you going to work every day for money that you use, and it's gonna run out, and you got to come back and get more. It's like you're never gonna not have enough, so you're always gonna be working. Some shit, I just be like, what's the fucking purpose of it all? Sometimes I just be like, what's really the reason of why we're doing this shit? Like, but you do it because you feel like there is no other alternative.
What she is describing isn't a personal feeling. It's a real structural loop. You're seeing the system clearly, and it's frustrating because once you see it, it's hard to unsee. This, my friend, is the cycle of survival. You sell your time for money. That money is spent in survival. The money runs out. You go back and sell some more time. This loop is by design. It's not built to end. It's built to keep you participating. That's why it feels pointless sometimes. Not because your life is pointless, but because the role you're being asked to play is repetitive and controlled. You're not imagining that never enough feeling. That's how wage systems stay alive.
That's how much time you get if you're lucky. 75 years, 75 winters, 75 springtimes, 75 summers, and 75 autumns. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot of time, is it? Don't waste them. Get your head out of the rat race.
If people ever reached enough, they'd stop. But here's the part that matters. There's an alternative, but they don't look like what we were taught growing up. It's not really a job versus homelessness. That's the trap framing. The real spectrum is more like working just to survive, no control. Working plus building something you own, partial control. Collective ownership and infrastructure, increasing control. Right now, and yes, it feels like a treadmill. What's the point of doing all this if it never leads to anywhere? The only way the cycle starts to feel different is when your work builds something that doesn't reset to zero every month. Right now, your paycheck pays bills, which equals zero. And repeat, what breaks that psychologically is effort, ownership, stability, and growth. Even small shifts towards ownership, assets, collective systems, anything that accumulates, start to change that feeling. What you're feeling mentally is important. That what's the purpose question tends to hit when your effort doesn't translate into progress. Your time doesn't feel like it belongs to you, and your environment is repetitive. That's not weakness, that's your brain noticing a mismatch. The real question to sit with isn't, why am I doing this? It's, how do I make what I'm doing actually lead somewhere? That's where a strategy comes in, not just survival.
Dreading Monday. Your weekend isn't freedom, it's recovery time, so you can do it again. Monday morning, the alarm goes off and you feel it, that existential dread. 5 days until freedom. 5 days of giving your life away. For what? A paycheck that disappears instantly. Rent, bills, food, loans. Nothing left. You want to start that business? Too tired. Learn that skill? Too tired. Build that project? Too tired. That's not an accident. That's the design. If you had energy left over, you'd leave. If you had money left over, you'd build something. If you had time left over, you'd organize. They can't let that happen. So they found the formula. Just enough money to survive, just enough time to not completely break, just enough energy to come back tomorrow, but never enough to escape.
I think I have a solution to the problems that black people face in America. That solution is not new, and it's being practiced already, but it's just not being practiced by black people en masse. The solution is the Black Infrastructure Trust. What is the Black Infrastructure Trust? Okay, let me explain to you. Now, I gotta read this, so don't get upset, okay? BIT Membership Identity Statement. Membership in the Black Infrastructure Trust, BIT, is for black Americans committed to building collective economic power through shared ownership, coordinated investment, and community-controlled infrastructure. BIT exists to convert individual spending into collective assets that strengthen long-term stability, independence, and generational wealth within black communities. Members participate not only as beneficiaries but as co-owners in a system designed to redirect economic activity into black-directed institutions that serve essential needs such as housing, healthcare, childcare, and local enterprise. Policymakers have repeatedly advanced proposals that they know will reduce access to healthcare and food assistance, while simultaneously supporting tax structures that disproportionately benefit higher income households. These outcomes are consistent with their stated goal of shrinking government support systems, indicating that the resulting financial pressure on low and middle income people is not accidental but a foreseeable and accepted consequence of their policy choices. Current policy trends reduce federal support for health care and food assistance while maintaining or expanding tax advantages that disproportionately benefit higher income households. The combined effect shifts financial pressure onto working class individuals and states, increasing the difficulty of affording basic needs. Government policy is shifting resources away from low and middle income people and towards wealthy individuals and corporations, while also reducing support systems that help people manage basic costs. Black Americans have been structurally excluded from stable wealth-building systems in the United States and disproportionately impacted by policy shifts in labor, housing, healthcare, and taxation. Because of this, traditional individual-based economic survival strategies are insufficient, and collective ownership infrastructure is required to maximize economic power and stability. Black Americans face a historically compounded set of economic constraints. Existing systems do not reliably resolve these constraints. Therefore, a parallel ownership system is required for stability.
If white immigrants can come to this country 50 years ago with nickels and dimes and no education, and come here and pool their little nickels and dimes and no education, and set up little stores, develop these stores into larger stores, develop this into an industry which creates job opportunities for whites. Since Lincoln was supposed to have freed the black man 100 years ago, and today the black man, according to the government economists, has spending power of $20 billion per year. We feel that with the black man spending $20 billion a year, not setting up any businesses, not creating any industry, not creating any job opportunities for his own kind, he's not in a moral position to point the finger today at the white man and tell the white man that he's discriminating against him for not giving him a job in factories that he himself set up. If the black man has $20 billion, and these so-called Negro leaders are such geniuses that they can integrate white restaurants and integrate white factories and force themselves into that which the white man has set up, they should use this same ingenuity to show the black people how to pool our wealth and set up something of our own.
We can see what's going on in 2026, that white supremacy and racism has taken over the federal government. If you can't see that, clearly you're not looking. And the thing about it is this. We can sit back and wait for them to do what they're going to do, or we can start building something now. Something that we control, that's in our best interest. Listen to this. And this is my thought. If we put $1 a week into a financial institution, let's label this financial institution the Black Infrastructure Trust. 20 million people, of the 20 million black people who work and live in America, each of us, every Monday or Friday, it won't matter. Because if we, all 20 million of us, on a Monday, let's say, transfer $1 into the trust bank account, that's $20 million in 1 week. And I can hear the first thing out of most of you people's mouths. Well, if we do that, somebody's gonna steal our money. They stealing your money right now. They stealing your money right now and you getting nothing out of it. But you'd rather give them your money than put it in something that creates value for you. That is insane.
The Constitution of the United States and the Bill of Rights and all of this independence was for white men who had money. It's never been about everybody from day one. America does not care about your rights. America does not care about your freedom. America cares about money. The reason that the Civil Rights Act was passed is because of the Montgomery bus boycott that lasted 18 months and almost bankrupted the city of Montgomery. Mm-hmm. These white people did not all of a sudden want to give us rights. It was because the city almost went bankrupt. That's why. The day we start remembering that America cares about money first and foremost, and not about your feelings or your freedom or your rights, things will actually get done. I do not understand how people who live there, who have lived here their entire lives, do not understand that America is about money. That is it. America was started as a business. Corporations started America. Colonization, all of the Western Hemisphere was about money.